Very good afternoon from a sun-drenched Sydney Harbour. That's the good news, but the bad news is there's not much wind. It's a very light day, probably a east-southeaster of about 8 knots at the moment. We're heading for 2 races today on the lovely Sydney Harbour. It's races 1 and 2 of the New South Wales State Championship and heats 4 and 5 of the Club Championship. On behalf of Sail Media, it's Peter Shipway with you, and the sun is full on. There's a lot of boats out on the harbour enjoying this lovely sunshine, but it is not a day for high spectacular 18-foot skiff racing. But nonetheless, we've got 2 races today, Windward Lewards, and to tell you all about it and the wind conditions, a very good afternoon to Dolly Devola.
G'day Shippo, g'day viewers. I don't know that it's bad news. It is a beautiful day on Sydney Harbour. As you mentioned, breeze is sort of east-southeast. We're getting up to about 10 knots, 10, 11 knots in the puffs. We've got a outgoing tide of 1.7 down to 0.4. Yeah, I think, you know, you say not great shippers. I know it won't be high action, high drama, but yeah, I think what we saw last week, good tactical racing, and we certainly saw some great racing, great tactical racing. So it'll be a tricky day for the sailors, and 2 races should be great, I think.
So we'll make it high octane and really rev it up. Doll, is that what we're saying?
No,
I think
we'll talk it up as best we can, but you know, great tactical racing can be just as exciting as the high octane stuff. So you've got to deal with both, and I'm sure when we get to the championships, as we did last year, we'll see a mix of conditions. They've got to be good in everything.
Before we introduce Jimmy Bury, a couple of significant changes at the helm of these boats today. On Yandu, Mika Lane, the former JJ champion, will be steering with Fang Warren and Josh Feldman. And on Rag and Famish, Sevi Jarvan, the multiple JJ winner, is at the helm of Rag and Famish with Ryan Ewings and Max Nern. So it'll be very interesting to see how those 2 former champions perform. But last week we saw the Balmain boys, led by Henry Larkins, have an outstanding day and had a very, very, very good win in a very tricky day that went from northwest to probably easterly at times, but they really stole a march on the fleet and sailed a fantastic race to come home convincing winners last week. And while we're hovering around in Athol Bight, we'll say good afternoon to Jimmy Bury. And Jimmy, run us through what we expect the courses to be this afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, Peter. Afternoon, viewers. Yeah, as you said, 2 short courses, so I think we're going to be doing course 6 over 2, which will be 2 laps. As you mentioned, we're down here in Athol Bight, just in front of Taronga Zoo for the viewers at home, and they'll work their way up to a mark that should be laid somewhere in the vicinity of Shark Island and Point Piper there, just up into Rose Bay, and 2 laps of that, and then come back, regroup, and do it all again. I can't imagine the starters will, in this way to breeze, will try and push for a 3-lap or anything like that. But just on what you were mentioning before, Pete, about Rag and Famish, with Sevi jumping in, what an experience for young Ryan and Max to sail with someone of Sevi's calibre in the 18-footers. I think that's pretty cool, and hopefully they come away with a bit of knowledge out of it.
Yeah, indeed. Young Ben Crawford's at the Harkin Match Racing Championships up at Pittwater, which has been going on for, I think, the last 4 days. The finals will be held today. The Kiwis really leading the march up there, taking the top 4 spots right now. But yeah, we've got a couple of sailors, I think, away from up there. And just what you were saying about Mika being back on board the Yandu, I just watched them do a little short beat up when, Pete, we can see them now up course, and they were looking pretty slippery through the water. So Mika might be, I don't want to put the curse on him, but he might be stepping back into where he left off.
Absolutely. I'm not going to ever predict a winner after my absolute fall from grace last week, when I tumbled down and predicted an early winner who finished well down the list. So as we go on, I might predict towards the finishing line, but I'm certainly not going to predict before the starting line. But also some news. Club Marine, Emma Rankin with Aaron Everett and Brandon Bayek. They're in a new hull today. It's the old Finport. So they've got a new hull. They've been working hard with North Sails on a new sails, and so we're looking for big things from Emma. She's done very well so far this season, as has Beck Hancock in Ballard Properties. Those two girls have really shone out in the lighter conditions, and it hasn't been an easy start to the season because we've had plenty of wind at times, but today is going to be a nice gentle breeze. Probably would be lucky to get to 10 knots, a couple of little puffs coming down towards the starting area where we are, but it would probably be 9 perhaps at maximum. So as we say, 2 races today, and we are racing for the WC Trappy Duncan Trophy, and the race day partner is the 18-footers Bar and Restaurant. And 2 races today, and the first is 2 laps, and we're anticipating the second race will be 2 laps as well. So it's summer here in Sydney. We'll only mention cricket. There's no rugby really played anywhere here today, but we'll certainly mention the cricket. It was scintillating victory to Australia, so to our English friends I do apologise about rubbing it in, but anyway, we move on. But that was something special yesterday. So hello to all our viewers that are watching this Sail Media broadcast to you. All our regulars are back, a few new ones. Stuart Brown's there. Hello to you, Stuart. Ian Barnard is always there. Yeah, talk about the cricket. Well, we've done that, Ian. Sydney Spurs, 1967. He's down at Cronulla. Spudwagon's there. Olivia Dameron is there. Graham Bennett is back with us. Nick Ralph, hello to you. Lincoln Crowley from New Jersey, United States. So hello to you. Nipper Henderson. Duet at Sunshine from the Sunshine Beach in Queensland. Hello to you. Pete Faminga's there. Glennis Carr, hello to you. And so on and so forth. We say thank you very much for joining us, and we're very appreciative of your comments and positive ones. We don't get many negative ones, but anyway, we're open to criticism, and no problem there. But Graham Long's there. So we're just looking at last week's convincing winner, the Balmain boys, and there's a change in crew today. Tom Grimes is not there. Charlie Wyatt comes on with Lockie Pryor and skipper Henry Larkin, so a pretty handy replacement for Tom Grimes. But majority of the fleet are coming in the starting areas, a little couple of stragglers coming out of Double Bay, and we've still got a little time before the start of our first race today, which is the Club Championship. It's Heat 1 today. Sorry, it's Heat 4 of the Club Championship and Heat 1 of the New South Wales State Championship. That's the view looking back towards Clark Island and Double Bay, where the boats rig. And boy, that's Double Bay Park, for those that know it in Sydney, was alive today. There's a big early Christmas fete or festival on there. There's a band's playing. It was quite remarkable. The setup was terrific, wasn't it, Dol? Did you see that? It was.
Yeah, I didn't go in and get didn't get mixed in to. I can imagine Double Bay prices would have been.
Well, you could. I looked but didn't drink. But you could have a rosé slushy or an Aperol slushy.
Sounds terrible.
Well, good for the sugar intake, but
probably $40 a go.
I didn't price it, so but it looked interesting. Otherwise, it was pretty busy. There was pretty busy.
There,
yeah, it was terrific. Yeah, really good.
I wouldn't have wanted to try and get a park in Double Bay today. But.
And the 18-footers had their merchandise stand in the park, so hopefully they got rid of some merchandise to promote the 18-footers. And as I said earlier, the race day partner, the 18-footer Bar and Restaurant today, as we wait for the start. That's Bradley's Head, as we're looking at, and that's one of the start. Oh, that's
sixth on screen.
Sixth going upwind there. It's been very good performer this year. Young Jacob Marks and Alex Marinelli and Matt Doyle, his crew. That's Bradley's Head, the western side. But it is light, Dole, isn't it?
Yeah, and these conditions, I think, once again, might suit crews like the Six. Balmain, again, obviously they sailed exceptionally well last week. I did mention that Yandu were also looking good, and yeah, like you said before, Shippo, Emma Rankin and Beck Hancock in these lighter, tricky conditions have been, really mixing it up, showing good form, picking the shifts. And last I think it was last week or the week before, we saw Emma pick an absolute great shift out of the left-hand side and really make some massive gains. So if they can keep their heads out of the boat today, we'll see. But I am a little bit concerned. We've got a lot of bubbly sort of thunderstorm-looking cloud both in the west and the southwest. Still a fair way off. Hopefully, if we do get any sort of activity later, we'll have the racing out of the way by then. But that remains to be seen. And Shippo, I did see the WC Trappy Duncan trophy that we're sailing for today. We weren't sure the history of that. Now, he sailed the Tangaluma, which was a very famous 18-footer that won quite a number of titles back in the 30s. The remains of that boat apparently in the Maritime Museum. So
there, or Woody Shed, one or the other.
Yeah, no, a lot of history with that skipper and that boat. But while we're waiting for the start of the first race today on the harbour, lightish conditions, if you've just joined us from probably the east-south-east, we might have a look at the final point score of the SKIFFS Championship, which was the final race last week. And that was the Spring Championship, brought to you by SKIFFS, the final handicap placings. And, well, the sponsor will be happy. SKIFFS was the winner. Club Marine was second. That was a great effort by Club Marine. And third was Rag and Famish, Fisher Paykel 4, Balmain 5, Yandu 6, Ballard Properties, Smeg, Vycobi and Lazarus round out the top 10. So well done to Jacob Marks in winning the Spring Championship, which is based on a handicap results. So we just wait, and we're most of the fleet are down here. There's a few yachts out today. I think, Dole, we've got a Dragon Championship on, and we've got an Ingling Championship on, and some yachts racing back down the harbour towards the Royal Sydney Yacht Squadron. So there's a few yachts out.
Yeah, I think they've been out for a while, so I'm not sure how much longer the Inglings and the Dragons will stay out. I believe they're sailing their New South Wales Championships out of the Royal Sydney Yacht Squadron this weekend. But yeah, I'd expect in the next hour or so the harbour will clear up a bit. A lot of these fleets will be finishing their races. Interestingly, a number of skiffs were out quite early today, which was really good to see. So having a good look, maybe doing a bit of tuning.
So Keegan York back at the helm today of Shaw and Partners. He was away last weekend racing 16-foot skiffs, where he did very well at with 3 races gone, along with his skipper Sarah Lee and Bosca Build and Kurt Warner. They are leading the state championship with round 2 next week to be held at St George. Bosca Build is from St George. Today also there will be no Andu. It is not racing. It's raced the last few weeks with various skippers, but today they are not here. So there's only one do, and that is Yandu today, with Mika Lane at the helm. As I mentioned earlier, Sevi Jarvan steering Rag and Famish. And no other, all the rest I think are the normal skippers today.
Yeah, for the helms we've got as far as crews go, we've got kitchen maker sponsor Darren McCavanagh sailing on the sheet on Fisher Paykel with Brett Van Munster and Pete Nicholson. So drag Darren out of retirement.
Well, a good day for Darren. It's not too fresh for him. He'll be a lot of in and out, so he'll sleep well tonight, I would think.
Yeah, he'll be loving it.
Yeah.
He'll love getting back on the water, especially on a day where he shouldn't be pushed too hard.
No, but that's the Spectator Ferry, the Tribal Warrior, or the Lady Northcote. It's
Pete, sorry to interrupt. Just
Yep.
if you look at the top of the screen there, there's a tugboat heading out.
Something's coming in.
We have a 3 o'clock arrival of an oil tanker.
Well, we saw those spectacular scenes from last weekend when that pilot boat slowed down to let the fleet, or a number of the fleet, go across the bow of that huge cruise ship that was outbound, and that created a lot of interest. A lot of people commented during the week how great the pictures were of that happening, but it was very good of that pilot boat to probably slow down a little and let the fleet get across that the Carnival. What was it? The Carnival Princess or something?
Carnival Splendor.
That's it. Yeah.
I did try and do a bit of asking around too to try and find out who that pilot lead boat skipper was. But
I know who it wasn't, but I gave him credit last week.
Yes, okay.
It was Billy Merrington.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't Billy.
No.
I saw him. I said, Billy, I pumped your tyres up. He said, well, thanks for that, but it wasn't me.
Yeah. Now, I asked a few of our friends who were Sydney Harbour Mariners and asked around, but I couldn't get a good lead. But whoever it was, thanks very much, because you don't see that happen too often.
No, you certainly don't.
No.
Anyway, if you've just joined us, we've got light east-south-easterly on the harbour. I say light, it's just picked up a little here, Dole. I see a
couple of
few
little puffs,
yeah, we're into 10-knot territory. 2 races today. The first is a 2-lapper, windward-leeward. Start up in off Taronga Park Zoo, Athelbite, and then the windward mark up between Shark Island and Point Piper, which is always a tricky area to attack. You don't know whether to come from the left or the right, but we'll see how this all plays out today. And the breeze, as I say, it's probably 8 to 9, maybe little puffs of 10 knots. So good tactical racing. And we'd hope there's this committee boat, and that's the Taronga Park Wharf in the background, Taronga Park Zoo in the background, a ferry in there, the green and gold ferry. And that's the start boat in the foreground. And we're not far off signals, I don't think. All the fleet are back here now. A couple of boats still going upwind. There's Smeg, did well last week. Ash Rooklyn and his team. They were there or thereabouts the whole time.
They're just having a bit of a look at that line. I know they can move the pin. At the moment, the pin looks quite deep to me. You can see the pin just positioned.
Yeah, that is deep, isn't it?
Down near the power. You see the cruiser down there. You can see the mark near the cruiser.
Yeah.
But as I say, they can, being a mark set bot, they can move those marks around with their will. So we'll see where that mark lies when they go into sequence.
The course bearing we just got off the start boat was 115 degrees. So.
Okay, 115 degrees. All right. All right, well, that's the direction of the wind from the start boat. And that's the start boat there, right in focus there. And Rag and Famish remembering Sevi Jarvan at the helm today. And a pretty formidable skipper in his day, winning those multiple JJ titles.
He usually prefers 20 knots rather than 10 knots.
Well, he's not going to get that, that's for sure today, I don't think. That boat capsized, looking upwind. Fisher Pakel going over, is it?
Yes, it is.
Right, okay, well, just capsized to windward. I don't know what's going on there. It'll come around and we might see the upturned hull, the blue hull shortly. There he is, centre of screen. And the breeze, that little puff's dissipated a little bit and we're down to 8 or 9 knots. Balmain boys, another day I think would suit them. They've been very good in the, certainly these lighter conditions, and outstanding last week. Shaw and Partners with Keegan York is back in this new boat. He's got George Morton and Tom Anderson as crew. George down from Queensland. Tom Needham not sailing Yandu as the signals are just about to go up on the committee boat. Tom Needham, as I said, not sailing Yandu today. He's away with his sail GP commitments in Dubai. The big final next weekend. A lot of money up for grabs in Dubai next weekend, Dole.
Not bad for a sailing regatta, is it? Not only do they have the big dough for the final, but this season they had pretty decent prize money for each event through the season. So, if someone who did very well through the season and then takes out the final, it's a pretty big payday. So not bad for sailing. Professional sailing's come a long way in the last 20 or 30 years, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's full master Russell Coots there. He's really built that program up, and with some good financial backing, obviously, but they've really gone from strength to strength, and I think there's a couple of new teams next year on the circuit.
Nathan Outridge coming back,
yeah,
which will be interesting. Now, I'm just keeping an eye on Fisher Pakel. I think they might have capsized deliberately to fix something. They've
for a long while
had a crew up the rig, so maybe a jib jib strop at the top of the jib or a kite halyard or something issue, but looks like they've got it sorted now. They're starting to get the boat upright.
There's Kirk Mitchell and his team on Vycobi, disappointing last weekend. And there's Balmain, who was certainly not disappointing last weekend. They were outstanding. But Vycobi, hopeful of a good season this year. That's, I think, the second year with this boat. Andrew Stevenson and Daniel Barnett, along with Kirk Mitchell. He's going behind the committee boat now.
Had a chat with Kurt, and he said, although it was a disappointing day, they had some really good takeaways from it. So he said they got a long way back, but they were always coming back at them, and they were pacing Yandu as they were trying to come back. So he said it wasn't all doom and gloom, which is, if you can take that away from a day like that, you're doing.
Yeah, got to think of the positives.
Yep.
Well, there's another boat capsized now. Who's that, Jimmy? Was that the
Killer Coffee Company.
Killer Coffee? Well, I haven't had their coffee. Sam Abel, Max Voss and Cam McDonald. They're not upside down. They're flying a spinnaker while they've capsized. You'll see them in a moment.
I think
they are.
They definitely spilt their macchiato.
Yes, that's right. But just off to the right of them as we look, Fisher Paykel just getting out of their capsized position. And we still haven't got signals from the committee boat yet. But the killer, that's Fisher Paykel, just about to get righted. And I think right in the distance we can see the weather mark. Just where that yacht is going up on port tack, there's a orange buoy. That could be it, Jimmy, I think.
That is it, yep, Pete. It's a reasonably short course too, I think.
Yeah, well,
not
two laps.
Not super long.
The end of the first lap, they go through a gate, and then the second beat up wind and then run to the finish. So good afternoon. If you've just joined us, on behalf of the Sail Media team, we welcome you to the harbour, a sun-drenched Sydney harbour with a light east-southeasterly of about 8 to 9 knots, maybe a little puffs that come through a little bit more, but at the moment it's generally reasonably soft. All skiffs on their big rig. No Andu today. Mika Lane steering Yandu. Sevi Jarvan steering Rag and Famish. And Keegan York back on the helm of Shaw and Partners, a new boat this season. And Emma Rankin in Club Marine. She has a new hull with its last year's Finport. So interesting to see how she will go. Dick Parker from North Sail's been working hard on their sail program. So it could be a good day for Beck Hancock in Ballard and Emma Rankin in Club Marine, lightish conditions. And Killer Coffee still capsized, and I don't think signals are far away, so they're probably about a minute away from the start, the first start of today's first race, which is race 1 of the state championship, New South Wales State Championship, and heat 4 of the club championship.
Yeah, Fisher Paykel up and running again. Killer Coffee just getting the spinnaker tucked away, and they should hopefully be up and going again. But all their gear's wet now, which isn't great. When you've got a soaking wet spinnaker,
no.
You're carrying extra weight around, which in light air isn't good. And plus, when they go to set it, it'll be a little bit sticky. But I'm sure Cam McDonald on the Killer Coffee will get that spinnaker up to the top of the mast either way. There's our 5-minute signal. And that pin is still in the same spot, so...
Yeah, it's a long way back from where we're looking, isn't it? Anyway, we've got a visitor or a viewer from Thailand. Sydney Spurs, 1967. That's a very good question you've asked. Which boat is Travis Head on? I don't know whether he made it here. I think he's probably still hung over in the west. But, boy, if he was on a boat here, you'd put your money on that. For those that don't know, I won't go into why he's speaking about Travis Head. He's an outstanding Australian cricketer. But anyway, hello from Northern California. And who did I see there from Thailand? Northern Thailand. Malcolm Robertson. Hi, guys. Cool this morning in Northern Thailand. Blue skies, though.
Well, it's hot and humid on Sydney Harbour.
Yep. Well, there's... signals are up, and we've got just under 4 minutes to go, and heat 1 of the state championship. Bit of cloud over the course now, but the Killer Coffee just trying to get themselves upright. They're still...
Marine want to make their way back here too. They've
Yes.
just come away now.
Well, I hope they can get back in time. Emma Rankin, she's the new hull under her. And what timing, Jimmy, have we got on this inbound tanker? What time was it?
3 p.m. It should be at Lion Zulu, which is just at the entrance to the heads there. So it's expected, I think berthing time was somewhere around about 20 to 4. So
Okay, well, it's 2:41 Sydney time here, 14:41 on a lovely afternoon on the harbour, and we're just under 3 minutes away from the start of the first race. And is Club Marine going to get back here in time?
They're going to be pushing it.
They are.
I'll be putting
For
the
Spinnaker
extra
up.
sail up
Pulling
pretty
the
quickly.
spinnaker up. Yeah, sure would, Jimmy.
How you could get so far upwind without getting back. But anyway, we'll concentrate. And Killer Coffee is up, so they should make it back. But they're heading in the wrong direction at the moment. Club Marine, it's going to be tight with 2 minutes 20 to go. So
Definitely be putting a spinnaker up.
I'm just wondering whether they know we're in sequence. Like, surely they must, with everyone all sort of starting to
Yes.
rack up. But mind you, from their view, looking back, the spectator ferry's probably blocking where all the boats out, the other 18s are.
anyway, that's the start line. That's the pin in the foreground. And the fleet well behaved at the moment. There's the Killer Coffee going away from the start line. So they're going to touch and go. Club Marine touch and go. The minute 40 to go. And the breeze, what do we got, Dole? About 8 knots, 7 or 8 knots?
Yeah, maybe a touch more in the puffs, but
The other one that I've noticed is definitely going to miss the start is the Red Hill Estate.
right up near the
Oh,
top.
Right
yeah,
up near
yeah.
the top mark.
Then
Pete?
they are definitely going to miss it.
They might miss the second race.
Well, they're so far away, but Club Marine with a minute 15 to go.
Emma's timed this to perfection. I
She
think.
could just round the committee boat and go. But anyway, we'll concentrate on the fleet here that are lining up. Coming up to 1 minute to go with the first heat of the state championships. There's the sound signal. Yeah, Club Marine will make it, albeit they could be a little bit late, but no, they've got to find a hole to get in.
Exactly, yeah.
That's them running back down. There they are. Just, is a hole going to open up for them? That's what they've got to look for. Killer Coffee will not make the start. And up at the windward end, we've got Fisher Paykel, and right down at the leeward end, we've got the Rag. Sevi Jarvan at the helm of the Rag, going for a port end start with 25 seconds to go. There's no one down there, Dole, with him.
No, well, that pin's a long way deep, but...
I think he's going to cross the fleet here at the moment. If you can put the pedal down with 15 seconds. Oh, he's got to come down. He's a little early. No, he's now in a little bit of trouble down there now.
Brett Van Munster's
He's
in
early
trouble.
too. Fisher Paykel's early. Yandu, there's a few early.
Yeah, they're all broken.
I think what's
So
going to
that'll
happen.
be a general recall.
I would think so. Yeah, general. So that'll allow our friends in the Killer Coffee to get back in time. But a general recall. All got a bit jumpy. One went, as always, 2 go, and then the whole fleet go.
And also, Pete, Beck on the Ballard property had a few issues just back behind the main pack there.
She would have missed it badly
So she would
too.
have missed it badly, so a bit of good luck coming her way.
Yeah. We look at Rag and Famish. He was down the pin and then had to take all those sterns, and getting out of the middle, which we're looking at now, he's still sailing. They look reasonably strong because it gets lighter as further you get in on starboard towards Taronga Park. And I think you've got to bail out fairly quickly, Dole, by the look of it.
Yeah, I think it was a good tactic to get out of there early and not get mixed up with all the other boats.
Look what's coming around Bradley's head, boys and girls.
Your old mate.
Oh, we'll have a look at this. He would have timed it to perfection if the race had started on time. There he is. Look at that. Right across the fleet he would have been. He doesn't miss this bloke. He really knows what he's doing.
He's getting most out of his advertising.
That's right, Captain Cook Cruises. But we're on general recall commitments, and
the other one, Pete, that I know just popped up is the 18-footed bar and restaurant, only halfway across towards the start area now.
You can't work it out unless they have major failures, why they end up so far away from the start at start time. I mean, they rig early, they stand up early in the park, which is part of the deal.
Yep.
And they all come out at roughly the same time.
Maybe they lined up at the fair in the park and waiting for their turn on the ride.
Had an Aperol slushy, do you think?
Maybe.
Might improve performance, I don't know.
Hadn't finished their toffee apple.
That's right. Toffee apple, gee, remember those. They were good for your teeth.
We do, Shippo.
Yeah, I do too.
The younger generation are just saying, what the hell's Dolly talking about? Yeah.
Couldn't open your mouth for about a week. Teeth were glued together.
Yeah, this might give those couple of boats a chance to actually get down here. So
yes, on time.
Red Hill Estate's starting to make their way closer.
And we've got Lazarus is capsized, Tom Koenig. What's he doing capsizing? Just getting a cheerio from Brett Van Munster and his crew as they pass the camera cat.
See Big Daz already sucking in the Powerade.
Yeah.
They've only done a start.
And he's nice and wet too, so after that little swim.
Well, that's the Spectator Ferry looking back at the spectacular side of Sydney Harbour. For those that might not have been to Sydney, that's what you get with the Opera House, the Harbour Bridge and the Skyline as signals the flags are about to go up again. And will we see a black flag go up? I'm not sure. So we've got Lazarus is out of the capsized position, and the rest of the fleet back here. Club Marine's upwind again. I don't
doing a famous start.
Well, she's going to get back this time, but anyway,
pushing a lot.
Yes, yeah. Who's this over here? That's the Royal Oak. He's upwind as well.
I thought there was another one behind the Spectator Ferry, but unfortunately you can't see through the Spectator Ferry. So
it's a big ferry, yeah. Yeah, what the Club Marine's done each time is they've gone up to the rounding marks for the Dragons and the Yinglings and done a little practice beat and a mark rounding. So
okay, signals are up. No black flag after first general recall. Got a ferry coming around Bradley's Head who's going to be clear by the time the fleet start and get across the channel. So Lazarus is up. So I'm saying with great confidence that all the fleet are going to make to the start line on time. Or are they?
Barring any further disasters.
Is that Red... Where's our mates on the Red Hill Estate? Are they...
Is that them there?
That is them there.
Oh, right, they're here. Okay, well, that's good.
They're in the vicinity.
That's them there with the white circle on their
There they are. The Red Hill Estate, Max Fonzo, James Pennington and Frank O'Leary.
So we're about to see if they're going to go black at 4 minutes.
Yeah. No.
Very generous.
No.
So that tells you there's no Hugh Lester here this week.
Yes. They've been very kind.
He would have put black up at the first start.
So Red Hill Estate has a young fella that I know quite well and have coached for many years, James Pennington, who's a young guy who's come from Manly 16. So good to see him having a sail on the 18-footers.
Step into the 18s, great. That is terrific. Is he sailing on 16 at the moment, Dol, as well?
Off and on. Yeah, sort of... But yeah, came right through our program at Manly, through from the juniors into the seniors.
Okay, there's a lot of happy skippers out here today. Everyone's cheering and waving, yeah. Hello to Tom Jordan from the Northern Queensland Sabo Association. Nice to hear from you. Yeah, you're right, Pete Firminga. That James Craig won't make the start. I think he's... I don't think it is the James Craig, actually.
No,
but
I think it's the Southern Cross, that one.
Anyway, 2:40 to go. We're going to have a go again for the first race today. First race of the state championship and heat 4 of the club championship. Had a general recall first up. We're back in Athelbite near Taronga Park Zoo. Windward Lewards, 2 laps. Windward Mark up at Shark Island between Shark Island and Point Piper. Did they give us a course length, Jimmy? Did we see that on the end of the committee boat, stern of the committee boat? We saw the wind direction was what 115, was it? I think.
Yeah,
115.
The course is 1.1 nautical miles. My rough guess from here to there.
1.1. Now, you guessed that, did you?
Your secret measuring eyes.
Yeah, my secret measuring eyes. Straight at the message from the start page.
You shouldn't give that away. You should make it up. You say,
Mate,
look,
I'm not that good. I'm not that good.
Leave that to Dolly and
At least you
myself.
you can see the top, mate.
Yeah, I can.
Shippo can see.
Yeah. Okay, 1:30 to go, and remember that last time...
They're not looking so eager this time, are they?
But...
a lot more boats racked up towards the boat end this time.
Yeah, but Shaw and Partners right down the leeward end at the moment. Keegan York and Tom Anderson and George Morton. The remainder of the fleet up at the weather end. Although Rag and Famish is trying to get down to that leeward end too, I think, with Sevi Jarvan.
And Pete, I think that ship's delayed about 15 minutes looking at the tracker for that ship.
Okay, well, that could be good news.
But work out perfectly.
Yeah, 50 seconds to go.
Keegan York shaping up for that port hand.
Yeah,
he won't be crossing anyone, but I expect he might take sterns, or he might try and cross them.
Yeah. We've got Rag and Famish coming down on starboard. Keegan's still on port on the Shaw and Partners. Can't see Shaw and Partners yet. Okay, all the fleet except Shaw and Partners and Rag and Famish are up at the windward end. Brett Van Munster in the Fisher Pike are going down towards the leeward end. There's Shaw and Partners and Rag and Famish down the leeward end with 17 seconds to go. Second start after a general recall the first go. Oh, Brett Van Munster in the Fisher Pike, he's screaming down the line.
Straight at Shaw and Partners.
Yeah, Shaw and Partners takes the dip. How long we got? 4, 3. Yeah, we're going to be clear.
Brett's going to be
I
over.
think Fisher Pike's probably over. Anyway, there's individuals. Lazarus, Tom Cuney, got this jump at the windward end. A good start, but he's in squeeze mode, but just punching out in front of him is the boys on 6th. A great start. Rag and Famish coming back on port. He's got a bit of work to do. Oh, he's got a gap there. Club Marine tacked and allowed Rag and Famish to come in there. Sevi Jarvan punching out into the middle of the fleet harbour on port. Oh, some of the boats got really caught there in light air. It's light on starboard, isn't it, Dole? I think you've got to get out. And Shaw and Partners did a terrific job of getting out there. Keegan York is in good pressure.
He got a little bit lucky, as did Sevi, that a bit of a gap opened up. But yeah, Brett Van Munster could have put his bow down and cut Shaw and Partners in half if he wanted to just there, but he managed to sneak through. Looks like Fisher Paykel aren't going to return. They were definitely the boat who were over.
We'll try and get confirmation from the race committee shortly, but at the moment, everyone's in play. And here's the group. There's Balmain bailed out.
And confirmed individual recall, Fisher Paykel from the committee.
Okay, so his day's over before it begins. Now these boats that went on starboard are now bailed out on port. Yandu looks strong, 6th below him, and above them Balmain. So Mika Lane steering Yandu today, former champion in this champion boat with Fang Warren and Josh Feldman are the crew today. So all the fleet now, with the exception of Lazarus, are going hard out on port tack into the middle of the harbour. Lazarus right in under western side of Bradley's Head.
right in the anchored pleasure boats.
Yeah, he's gone a little too far, but there's good spiky breeze coming around Bradley's. When I say spiky, it's probably lifted from 7 to 8 to maybe 9 knots. And out in the middle, to our eye on the left of screen there, that's Keegan York and Shaw and Partners. He could possibly be leading of the group. Up to the left, there's Vycobi who would lead that group. So it's Shaw and Partners, Vycobi, Yandu, Fisher Paykel's there, but don't forget he was OCS, so his result will not count. He jumped the start by a good half a boat length. So there's a good test for Shaw and Partners with Keegan York. First time they've had the big rig on with Keegan steering. John Harris sailed the boat last weekend and was very impressive up the first peak, but then they had spinnaker issues, which cruelled their day. So the breeze is reasonably steady. It looks dull. It gets fluky once we get close to the weather mark in these conditions.
If Shaw and Partners and Rag and Famish is just tacked, if they get a bit of a header over there, they should be looking pretty good to cross all the left-hand boats. Right now they're looking pretty good.
That's Emma Rankin, and these boats, as you say, that went to the right early, look as though they've jumped the boats that went to the left. Shaw and Partners leads, Club Marine right in the mix, also Rag and Famish. So, 6th and Yandu, they were some of the pack that went into the left. And there's some nice little puffs coming out of Double Bay now, Dole.
Yeah, probably over 10 knots in the gusts, which is promising.
Yeah, lovely big sail breeze. Ferry coming down the middle of the fleet, out from Circular Quay, but Shaw and Partners and Club Marine still going out to the right.
Yeah, they're just waiting for a header, desperately waiting for a header to tack on. At some point, they're just going to have to go, we've got some pressure here, we'll go back while we've got pressure, rather than worrying about the shift. If you're going to take a bad one back, always do it in pressure. There's a bit of pressure there right now coming past Clark Island.
Yeah, coming out of Double Bay. There's Rag and Famish. Sevi Jarvan, he tacked early and went down the middle of the harbour. There's probably we think the two leaders at this stage. Shaw and Partners just tacking. Oh, not a great tack on the Club Marine by any means. Right in the gas of Shaw and Partners. But it's quite light here. They're not quite out into this spiky bit out of Double Bay. It might have gone ahead of them, and they've missed the jump a little bit here.
Bit less tide on this right-hand side as well.
Okay, we're coming back out in the middle. Rag and Famish have tacked and coming back on port.
So you can see them top of screen
and that's
Bradley's head.
So that's Yandu is across in front of 6, going to be across in front of Club Marine. But anyway, that's the group down on Bradley's head. You can see Rag and Famish in the middle, Smeg, and then Ballard Properties. We're going to lose them in a minute as the ferry goes past. But here's the leading group, but Shaw and Partners would still lead, but it's going to be close with the Rag. That's the Rag top of screen. Mika Lane in Yandu and Balmain. Henry Larkins going into the right up near Clark Island.
Henry Larkins has done exceptionally well there. He's lived on the hip of Yandu all the way across from the zoo there, and that's really difficult to hold your lane in that close proximity. So they've done really well to stay in there.
Well, what was happening out in the middle, it looked like Rag and Famish couldn't cross Shaw and Partners. He tacked early and tacked under him, but Yandu looks strong here with Balmain at the moment. They're on a slight header, but they've got pressure. Behind them is Fisher Paykel, remembering they were OCS, so their result will not count.
Ash Rooklyn in Smeg coming back from the
hard left
side, looking pretty good. He's done well. And even further left, still right over on the Bradley's head shore, is Beck Hancock on
the Ballard
property. So looks like we've had a little bit of a left-hand shift coming from that side of the course. And both Rag and Famish, Smeg, and who have we got there? Was that the Royal Oak? Yeah.
Just taking the stern of Shore and Partners. Yeah, the Rag's the boat that's going well. It's moving very well. The Ballard's coming back on nothing great. They did a very good tack, but we'll see them soon. But they're in the first pack, I'd say. But looks like at the moment, Rag and Famish, Shore and Partners, Royal Oak, Smeg.
Yeah, Breeze back in the right a little now, so that starboard tack's the favoured tack. Unfortunately, Ballard property coming back. Beck bow down.
Yeah, big time. But the leader now is Sevi Jarvan in the Rag and Famish. Looking very strong. In the middle of the course, Windward Mark up towards Point Piper, Shark Island. It's not right up past Shark Island, it's short of Shark Island. We're getting towards it now. They're about 2/3 the way up the first beat, and we're probably looking at the race leader, but this is where it starts to get tricky. Up in this area with some big shifts.
Yeah, I think that's a great spot for the top mark, though. It means they don't have to get through that real tricky, shifty stuff that we see between the island and the point. So the mark's just short of the island. They should have fairly consistent breeze coming out of Rose Bay.
It's a tight battle. Rag and Famish are going to have a nice little lead, not by a great amount. 6, Smeg, Shore and Partners, Yandu, the Royal Oak, Balmain and Vycobi. A real battle for the minor placings at the moment, but Sevi Jarvan, remember, he's skippering the Rag with Ryan Ewings and Max Nern.
That's a great first beat from the Royal Oak to be up in that front of fleet group.
Yep, there's some Bunsey friendly powerboat waves. Is there such a thing as the Rag goes through? Port rounding, and then run back to the gate at the starting area, then another lap after that. They've got another windward, another leeward, but not far off a tack, the Rag. He's tacked just as I say.
Yeah, I was going to say, they'd have to be close to a ley line out there.
And not that much breeze at the weather mark here, Dol. It's 6 to 7, 8 knots, perhaps. Maybe
patchy.
Okay, here's the convergence. They're coming back now. The Rag will cross. Well, he's across Smeg. But Yandu's the boat that's really made some impression up the middle. So the Rag's across Shore and Partners. And next to come in division, Yandu's tack short of him. Okay, interesting.
It's a tough port tack back. Bow down.
Yeah.
Really choppy, crappy water here.
No, they're not on anywhere near a ley line, these two leading boats. Well short of it. Smeg's gone right into the left. Shore,
he's bow up.
Yeah, Shore and Partners even gone further. Yes, it's a battle in two in a few areas here. Yandu and Rag, and then Smeg and Shore and Partners. Vycobi's there, as is 6th. And the breeze looking back down the harbour towards the leeward mark is way in the right.
Yeah, if Shore and Partners and Smeg can hold the lane that they're in right now, they're going to make a nice little game here.
They're bow up with a little bit of pressure, but Yandu not far off attack. Okay, they're tacked. The Rag tacks. They're starting to get bow down. The boats coming in on port, which would mean the boats on starboard could go bow up. Yandu's overlaid here because the breeze has gone well into the right. Don't forget, port rounding. Rag will lead narrowly. And Yandu right up his exhaust pipe. They're the two coming in from starboard. There's a whole flotilla coming in on port. Rag leads, Sevi Jarvan. He's first. Yandu, Mika Lane second. Then Shore and Partners. Keegan York will be third. And quick jibe and set. Shore and Partners round. Then Smeg, Ash Rooklyn, Fisher Paykel. He's out of the race. He was OCS. And then Balmain, still there, thereabouts. He's next around. Yeah, I think that at the end of that beat, the right paid. Oh, Lazarus and Royal Oak in a little bit of a close contest. Oh, Kobe. Wow. We've got plenty of action here. A bit of yelling. Good 18-footer stuff. Okay, Royal Oak around the outside. Then Kobe, Lazarus. Then 6th. Oh, we've got a tangle up here.
A raft up.
Oh, dear. 3-way raft up.
And the mark's under there somewhere, Shippo.
They have the mark.
They have the mark, so it's a 4-way hang up here. The mark, Royal Oak and Lazarus. Who's the other one down there behind them? It's Kobe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I think the Royal Oak's extracted himself. Put your jury hat on there, doll.
Well, they went round the mark.
The mark said Bod has been left upside down, so that needs to be righted the right way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was some... We said there'd be some thrills and spills. Well, that was as best we're going to get so far, I think.
I don't think they've made Matt Butterworth.
Okay, Kobe's doing turns. So he's admitted some guilt. But anyway, let's concentrate on the front of the fleet. Bow up. Running back down towards the gate at the starting area. Light east-southeasterly on the harbour. 8 to 9 knots. This is the leading pack.
That's a great shot of the lead boats.
Rag and Famish led, followed by Yandu. Fisher Pike is out of it. Oh, it's a capsize. Rag and Famish. Just
huge nosedive.
Massive nosedive.
In 10 knots of wind. I'm not sure how that happened.
Great shots there we got for the demise of Rack and Famish. I thought Sevy's weight at the back would have may have prevented that. They just went bow down and kept going. Did they hit a wave and their spinning could fill up? I didn't look.
They must have. The whole boat was vertical, standing on its nose.
Wow, that must be worth having a look at again at some stage. But anyway, Yandu leads. Well, Rag and Famish, complete cartwheel. So they'll all bow up now. Light airs. Yandu leads. Shaw and Partners second. Speg, well done. In third. Balmain 4. Very close. Just got to pick their jibe angle to go back and try and hit it in one. But don't forget there's a gate at the leeward end. Go left or right of the mark. Light air on the harbour, Sydney Harbour. And first to jibe is Keegan York. Next is Yandu with Mika Lane, Fang Warren and Josh Feldman on board. Okay, that's Yandu. They've jibed nicely. It's a hunt for pressure, Doll, isn't it, at times here?
Yeah, very up and down, and the direction bow up, bow down as they get these little veins of pressures, making a huge difference, which has seen Yandu and Shaw and Partners step away just in that last 100 metres, 200 metres. They just picked up a little vein of breeze that they've jibed on and really taken a good advantage out of that. Brett Van Munster still in the mix, but unfortunately OCS at the start.
He had a good race last week too, Brett. He's a good competitor. Today he's got Darren McCavanagh with him, as you said, and Pete Nicholson.
Yep.
Okay, they're going to run into a bit of powerboat wake here.
So I've just found out who the pilot was last week for you, Shippo. It was a gentleman by the name of Richard Westwood and his son Tim. I'll be sailing on the
Westwood.
Oh, right.
There you go.
Well done, Richard.
Thank you very much.
You're our early leader for man of the series. So well done. So there's the race leader. I've just got news that, Dole, you'll be interested in that the Aperol slushy is very good value in Rushcutters Bay Park. That came from my daughter.
Okay.
So I only have one, sweetheart.
She's got your credit card.
No way. Anyway, back to the action. Yandu leads. They got one jibe and in, perhaps, at the gate.
Looks like the left-hand gate's probably favoured, I think. It's a little bit skewed, the gate.
Yeah, they've opened up a nice little gap here. Mika Lane hasn't lost his touch. He won the title, the JJs, a couple of years ago in this boat with Fang Warren and Louis Brake. Louis part of the crew this year, but away in America, racing, I think, in the Melgers. He'll be back next week as Yandu just dropping and go to the left-hand gate. And this is a nice little lead. They'll drop, go out into the middle again, I think. That's where the pressure is. Oh. Down we come. Oh, Smeg's got in front of Shore and Partners here.
Yeah, nice work. They were on starboard jibe and they just held Shore and Partners out. So nice work from Ash Rooklin there. Smart sailing.
Yeah, and Balmain up their exhaust pipe as well. So Shore and Partners, I think, is going to go to the right-hand mark. Smeg's definitely going to the left-hand mark if they can get the spinnaker down. Shore and Partners jibing at the right-hand mark. Shore and Partners, sorry, Smeg's struggling to get the spinnaker down. And it's still up. It's coming down slowly. Meanwhile, Yandu leads out into the middle of the harbour. Balmain around in fourth.
Nice drop from Lockie Pryor on the Balmain.
Yeah, there's a good job. Quite light here. The wind being disturbed by the fleets running down. It's quite unstable, this breeze now. It's the lightest we've seen. Okay, Fisher Paykel, if you just joined us, is OCS, so his result will not count. He's on the course side at the starting line, so a premature starter. The sixth will be next around, going to jibe. Oh, they know he's going to drop and go to the right-hand mark. Then the Royal Oak. And after the Royal Oak is Kitchen Maker. And Rag and Famish, who led at the weather mark and that had that spectacular nosedive and capsize, and off camera Club Marine in all sorts of trouble also. There's Club Marine just to the right, little messy jibe.
No, they were just avoiding those starboard boats on starboard
Here
jibe.
comes Rag in behind them. So they've got a lot of work to do to get back into this game because only one more beat left. It's got light again here, so the Club Marine Emma Rankin will be next.
Just to the left of screen.
Lazarus.
Can they save this?
I think they will.
He's having a drama-filled day. Old Tommy Koenig, though, tangled up at the weather mark. He's now heading in the wrong direction with the spinnaker up as Club Marine goes round foreground. Kitchen Maker after him. That's Lockie Steele, Darcy McCracken and Rory Cox. The Kitchen Maker. Now Rag and Famish comes round, Sevi Jarvin. Then Vycobi. They were one of the boats tangled up at the weather mark. Then Ballard Properties. Killer Coffee's around. I think Lazarus, I don't know, he's given it away, really. Don't know what he's doing. He's didn't go round the mark. He's tacking off camera. But anyway, we're away on the second and last leg of this first race. First heat of the state championship. Light conditions on the harbour, east-southeast, 7 to 8 knots.
It's looking very much like Mika Lane's picking up where he left off last time he sailed the Yandu. JJ champion. Sailing very well thus far, but Smeg and Balmain, Shore and Partners giving chase. So Shore and Partners have chosen to get over the left-hand side.
There's your Gotcha for Life. Heard during the week that Gus Wallen, the CEO or whatever he is, the founder of Gotcha for Life, he's packing up the family and moving to England to start Gotcha for Life over there, shippo.
Wow, okay, well, good luck to you, Gus. You do a fantastic job and a great charity, and I know a lot of people have been beneficiaries of your work, so good luck in the UK.
There's the cross.
It's the cross, so Yandu leads narrowly from... There's the 3 leaders. Balmain, again, right up amongst the leading group.
Yeah, the 3 leaders, the only exception off screen is Shaw and Partners are right over on the left-hand side.
Yeah, he went hard left up into Bradley's.
So if he can pick up a bit of a left-hander, he could well come back.
But Yandu, off camera, Yandu tacking again, which means he was bowed down, and there's Shaw and Partners right at the top of the screen.
Right over at Bradley's.
Yeah, it's from where we are, Yandu looks bowed down in the middle. There's Shaw and Partners. Smeg and Balmain are doing nice things here and towards Clark Island. We'll see them in a moment. Yandu didn't like what he saw, came back, and has gone back again. So he's doing a few more tacks as Balmain and Smeg are putting themselves right in the frame here. Smeg going in towards Clark Island. He's only about 30 metres off the island. There he goes, tacking, looking for this pressure coming out of Double Bay, and he's on a nice little lift too, and pressure. Sheet on, and away we go. Oh, Balmain, friendly yacht just passed very much to windward of them. Thank you very much.
On port tack.
Yeah, complete idiot. No sail numbers, so he's double idiot. So now Smeg looks strong here. Ash Rooklet, just as I speak,
big header.
He gets dumped. And now round his bow comes Balmain. Well, it looked a big loss out to Shaw and Partners down deep on Bradley's at the moment. There they are in the left.
Yeah,
right,
they're going to need a big left-hand shift.
That's them on the lighthouse. That's Keegan York.
Just noticing, Pete, as we go past the entry to Double Bay, the 18-footers bar and restaurant, 18-footer is heading home. So,
right.
They're headed for the 18-footers bar and restaurant.
They're going for the Aperol slushy.
You're already tasting it, aren't you?
I am. I like an Aperol. But anyway.
I think Balmain is doing very well here right now.
They are really quick through the water.
So you can see Yandu in the background now. It's very shifty, so this can change in 100 metres. The breeze can get a bit of a left, but right now, Balmain
coming around the bow of Smeg,
very high on start.
Yeah, but Balmain really quick. Oh, just getting dumped a little. At the moment, you'd have to say these two are pretty close to the money. And Yandu in the middle of the pack. You can see Yandu there. And then you can see the 4 leaders really just behind the red spinnaker is Shaw and Partners. He's got a needs a left-hander to come back on, but now Balmain and Smeg are bow down.
Yeah, I did say it can change quickly.
It does. It does.
And a little bit more pressure coming out of the right-hand side.
Okay, they're halfway up this first beat, the last beat, Doll, so a lot to play for. But it looks the big loser at the moment. Looks like Shaw and Partners. I think he's got hammered down there on the left. He can't get anything to get back at this fleet. There he is on screen. Although he's bowed down there, if he can get some pressure to come back with. Oh, he'll need a lot of pressure and a lot of left-hander.
We might be in luck with this ship movement too. It might be Richard again, and he's just timing it. We
haven't seen it pop around the heads yet, Jimmy, have we?
No.
So a bit of pressure back in the right-hand side again. Gone bow up. Balmain's managed to step out on Smeg nicely. It'll be really dependent if Mika Lane can get a bit of a header over near the island.
Well, Balmain's now bowed down with low pressure, making Yandu look a bit better every time, but Shaw and Partners, you'd have to say, has lost out big time, going hard into the left.
Maximum tide over on that side as well.
Okay, Yandu's tacked. Yandu is tacked. We'll come to him in a moment. So it's going to be a cross between Balmain and Yandu. At the moment, Balmain is up, Yandu is down, and Balmain is crossing. But as Doll said, it is tricky. And there's light air, 7 to 8 knots, east-southeasterly. But Balmain bow up, and Yandu coming back, bow down big time.
And it looks like we've got a little bit of constant pressure out of the right.
Yep. Balmain are about 80 or so metres dead downwind of this turning mark, the windward mark, and then the run to the finish. Balmain now bow down, Yandu bow up.
That's the one you want to attack on.
Yandu and Smeg are going to be close here and across. Smeg on starboard, Yandu port, and Yandu are going behind. And just out, Balmain's tacked in no air. Smeg are rocketing up to them, but Balmain will still lead just. There's the cross. Oh,
big header again.
Yeah, header and down pressure. It's going to be tight here at this weather mark. So it's going to be a tight run to the finish between these three. Balmain now tacking. And he's on a tight lay at the moment, but there's a little bit of breeze coming down to him. Yeah, he's got pressure. Balmain is up, Yandu is up, which would mean that Smeg is going to be down. But
gee, I think he's left himself some work to do though. Yeah. Tight lay line.
Yeah, the man Bowman in sorting things out. Oh, it's light. That's the problem. It's the problem.
Top mark's been righted, fortunately. So there you go, Balmain.
Balmain leads by about 2 boat lengths from Smeg.
And Yandu with 2 more tacks to do. So they left themselves short.
And they really opened up on poor old Keegan York. Got hammered going into the left. That's him coming still. He's still got about 150 metres to go to the weather mark. So it's a race in 3. Balmain leads by a couple of boat lengths from Smeg, both round jibe set, and Yandu around with Mika Lane throwing the boom across. But so game on here to the finish.
Those boys on Yandu won't be giving up.
No, out comes the spinnaker, and they're away in light air.
One jibe on the right pressure here can make
one
all
puff
the difference.
One puff could do this here. They've a really fourth is going to be, I think, 6th, or Shaw and Partners, perhaps 6th is going to be 4th. But none of these boats have a chance of winning this race now. It's between Balmain, Smeg and Yandu on the run to the finish. Light air, Sydney Harbour. Beautiful afternoon for sunbaking, and still a good afternoon for sailing. A lot of tricks. Balmain skipping away nicely. Couple of little headers to get his bow down.
Yeah, just trying to soak down over the bow of Smeg there.
And he's doing a pretty nice job too. Henry Larkins, Charlie White and Lockie Pryor. Oh, Yandu looking for pressure. They've just got one now. Smegger got a good one. There are 3 strings. Yandu's 1.5 strings. And Balmain's 3 strings as well. They've jumped Yandu a little there. Puff's coming out of Double Bay. Who's going to be first to jibe here, Dole? This is going to be interesting. Yandu's probably got to throw something at it.
In 4th is 6th, and Shaw and Partners for next round.
So big loss there. Now Yandu's got pressure and bow down. He just needs to lift to jibe on here, and I think he's got to throw it at it, hasn't he, Yandu? He can't follow them, you wouldn't think.
Well, I think he was trying to soak down so that he can get a jibe.
Okay, Smeg's going to jibe. Smeg's going to jibe. Yandu's going to jibe with him. Okay, that leaves Balmain still going on port jibe. He's bow up. Balmain is just about to jibe, I would think. Henry Larkins, there he goes. Charlie White stepping in for Tom Grimes today with Lockie Pryor. That's the top mark. A lot of boats all around at once there, as we saw last time. That's Emma Rankin in the Club Marine, the Green Spinnakers, the Royal Oak. Sure, 6th is in 4th position. Okay, they're around. Okay, we're back on the leading group. There's the 3. Yandu, top of screen. Then Smeg. and then Balmain. As the friendly ferry goes across his bow. Oh, don't tell me what I'm seeing ahead of us here.
I can see him coming a mile away.
That's why I stood up and tried to block the view for you, Shippo.
Oh,
and he just turns to increase the tsunami even more.
Yeah, I'll leave you to describe that, Dol. Useless idiot.
Yandu's jive.
Yeah, but meanwhile,
going to do a bit of surfing.
Balmain has streaked away here.
Good timing.
Yeah, she stood on port jive for a long while and got the lift and came back and jived beautifully. Well, it's on our way to the finish now. Henry Larkin's looking very strong. Unless this powerboat is going to... Where's this powerboat going to go? Oh, he's going to go behind Balmain. So he's still a little way from the finishing line, Balmain, but it's a battle for the second and third between Smeg and Yandu. Smeg holding down second at the moment. How far's Balmain going to go? He's going to cover off here a bit. I would think he perhaps would, perhaps.
It's usually good advice to, I always say, never leave your wingman.
No. Okay, he's got nice pressure. I think he'd be having a look at this.
Yeah, they're sailing on confidence, so.
See, it's light. They're not extended up by any means on the trapeze. They get a bit of a gust now. And, they've opened up really well on Smeg and Yandu. He's maybe going to try and get this in one here. And he's getting in towards under Bradley's head. Yeah, he's got pressure.
You know, they're looking good.
Yeah.
Carrying on where they left off last week. Got a nice little streak of form going, Henry and the boys. I know Brett Morris and a bunch of Balmain supporters are out on the spectator ferry today, so
well, they'll be
sure there's going to be a big cheer. Here they go, in for a jibe.
So they've really opened up down this leg, Dol, haven't they? I mean, it's going to be a significant victory, you'd say.
Impressive, really impressive.
Last week's winners, and the winner of the first race today, they're about 80 metres from the finishing line, still not quite laying the finish.
Yeah, they'll have another jibe in it yet.
We're off camera. Lazarus has retired. They're just hanging around the starting area for the second race today. Balmain bow up, light air, about to jibe to come back into the finishing line. And Smeg clearly in second spot. Yeah, very nice effort again by these Balmain boys. There's Smeg coming in on starboard jibe. And fair way back now, but Balmain about 50 metres from the finish. There's Smeg. You can see how light it is. That's Ash Brooklyn and his team on Smeg of Niall Morrow and Finn Rodowitz. Okay, we're just about to have Balmain across the line. 3, 2, 1, now.
So some big cheers from the ferry.
Yeah, well done. So now another outstanding performance from Balmain. They won last weekend and they've won again the first race today.
Great work from Henry, Charlie and Lachlan.
Yep.
Lockie.
And well done to Smeg too. They had a good race last weekend and here they are again. very much on the podium.
Yeah,
Second.
Brooklyn was out very early today,
Yeah.
which was great to see them going out, doing some practice, doing some training.
Very
Looks
good.
like that's paid off.
Very good competitor. Smeg, Ash Brooklyn, back this year at the helm. And then Yandu, well, he was there or thereabouts the whole race. Mika Lane will come in third spot, then a long gap to fourth.
Suspect Mika might have just been warming up in that one.
Yeah, it might well have been. And then fourth will be sixth. Or sixth will be fourth. Work that out, Dol.
Yep. They're another boat showing
Yep.
great consistency in
Okay,
recent racing.
Yandu across.
So young Jacob Marks has really been stepping up in the last month or so. Great to see him and Alex and Matt doing well.
Yeah, gee, the fleet got spread out then, didn't it? Where did Keegan York end up in
Yeah,
the
he's well
Sure and
back.
Partners? Gee, he dropped back.
He'd be probably in 6 or 7, I think, Shippo. That's where he'd be.
Yeah, well, sixth is about to go across in fourth spot. Good effort again by Jacob Marks and Alex and Matt Doyle. And then the battle for fifth. The Royal Oak having their best day of the season, I think.
They've had a great race. Yeah, I think Keegan, Shore and Partners, probably 7th or 8th. Still a way to go, but
Hugo Stoner in the Royal Oak with Zan and Daniel. Just about to jibe and a bit of wake from a speedboat. If you're looking for Lazarus, they retired and they'll be ready for the second race. They're here at the starting area. So the Royal Oak coming in on Port Jibe. They'll be fifth.
really good effort from Hugo and the boys.
Were they one of the boats tangled up at that first mark with Vycobi and...
No, it was definitely by Kobe.
yeah, was it Royal Oak?
They started the
Anyway, no matter what, they've done a great job, the Royal Oak. Next, they're coming across in fifth. Okay. Royal Oak. Then next will be the Rag. That Rag and Famish. Well, they did well to get sixth. They had a capsize. They led round the weather mark the first time. They did a spectacular capsize, which was quite unexpected, I'm sure, for them as well as the spectators.
Sure was.
But they've recovered to finish in sixth spot. So they've had good speed, as has the kitchen maker.
Yeah, good effort.
Lockie Steele, they're seventh.
Really made some gains in that second lap.
Yep. Seventh kitchen maker. Eighth will be Shaw and Partners. Fisher Paykel not in the contest. They were over at the start. So anyway, Shaw and Partners just finishing eighth.
Shaw and Partners are going to pip the bottom.
Anyway, yeah. So Shaw and Partners 8. 9 will be Ballard.
They gave Fisher and Paykel hooter, which they don't normally do to
No.
six boats. So curious about that one, even though we did.
We got
get
official
bombs.
confirmation.
Yeah.
So Ballard Properties, Beck Hancock. She came back well. Next to finish in 10th spot will be either Emma Rankin in the Club Marine or Killer Coffee. Probably having their best outing. Sam Abel.
Yeah, well in touch with the fleet, which is great to see.
Will they cross Club Marine? The Club Marine on starboard. What's going to happen here? I think it's Killer Coffee is across. Oh, Emma's got a job to come in as well. The Killer Coffee, 10. Club Marine, 11.
Going to be close for 11 between Club Marine on Kobe.
Like Kobe, well, he got lost again after that tangle up at the weather mark. So he's 12. And we got any more? There's one still to come. Jimmy, who we got there? Is that
Gotcha for Life.
Gotcha for Life. Is there any more?
How many riders have you got?
I've got 12 have finished. This will be 13. Lazarus didn't finish. The 18-footer bar and restaurant went home.
The only other one I did see out here was
Red Hill Estate.
Whether they're still...
Yeah, that's who we're missing.
So as we watch Gotcha for Life, Cade Morgan, Graham Fairburn and Jonathan Little come across in. They'd be happy with that. They're in touch. So there we are. The first race is done today. We've got another race to come up shortly once everyone gets home and we can get reorganised.
Yeah, I cannot see Red Hill Estate up course anywhere.
You couldn't see them if they were a metre in front of us.
Yeah, I know, but I'm looking for some black sails.
Okay, well, the first race is done, so we say hello to a few more viewers. Hello to Jeff Stagg from Annapolis, United States. Great New Zealand yachtsman, multiple Hobart race winner. He watches every week, so hello to you, Staggy. I hope you're feeling okay. You've been had a few health battles, but nice to hear from you. David Blakey, the Commodore of the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron, watches each week. So hello to you, David. Very nice to have you aboard. I'm sure you got plenty on with the America's Cup, but nice to have you watching from us from Sydney Harbour. Donnie Swanson, a great skiff sailor and terrific fellow. He's watching as well. And Bob Fraser, I saw Bob yesterday. He watches as well. So one of Sydney's great sailors and sailmakers, and firmly in retirement, he tells me. So anyway, Bob, great to have you watching. And Jeff Davidson, Olympian. Davo, really good to see you yesterday. And Davo brought up an interesting fact here, and I'll go off script a little. Earlier this year, June, July, Australia lost one of its great yachtsmen, and I use the term really strongly in the death of Hugh Trahan. And I'm sure skiff sailors around Australia, or sailors around Australia, will remember Hugh. Those overseas, we can say that he was the tactician aboard Australia too when we won the America's Cup in 1983. He won a J.J. Giltman title, he won a one-ton cup world title, he won the Admiral's Cup, he won the World Half-Ton Cup, and as I say, probably one, if not Australia's greatest sailors, and he's been honoured around Hall of Fame clubs for a long while, and well deserved. But there is a push now to, I'll just go back a step. Around Sydney Harbour, those in the harbour will know that there are a lot of Sailing Australia boys, permanent boys, that mark turning marks, and the 18s use some of them, one of which, the most famous, is the Beechel Buoy up near the Sound Pigs, named after really Alf Beechel, the father of Ken Beechel and the grandfather of Colin Beechel and the great-grandfather of Joel Beechel. So that's the Beechel Buoy, and there's a move afoot, and one of the two buoys are up in the Manly area that you'd know well, Dole, Manly West and Manly East, and they're referred to as that in all sailing programs of the clubs that use them, of Manly West and Manly East. And there's a push coming, and I don't use the word push, I shouldn't use the word push, there's a motion coming, and I'm sure that it's going to be adopted. It's going to be renaming those boys the Trahan boys. Yep. Which is wonderful, after Hugh and his brother Ian, or Bomber Trahan. Bomber's still with us. Hugh, as I say, passed away earlier this year, and I cannot think of anyone that would deny that happening. I mean, it's a wonderful gesture, and Jeff Davidson was talking to me yesterday about it, and Davo is very much behind it, and I think all clubs are going to be notified about that, and Sailing Australia will be notified. And I really cannot see anyone having an objection to that. Dol, what are your thoughts?
Certainly not. And Hugh was a great friend of mine, and we did some sailing together. And I'm very close with the Trahan family. And yeah, it was a real sad day. Hugh fought a very brave battle, and we thought he was getting through it. Unfortunately, he was taken from us. And And certainly one of the biggest, I think the biggest funeral I've ever been to, wasn't it, Jimmy? It was a very, very big gathering to honour a great man. But, you know, despite not wanting to take away anything from his fantastic sailing achievements, Shippers, but I know you'd agree with me when I say he was a champion fella.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Did everything for anybody, and just a genuinely great bloke. And you know, his boat shed not far from those two marks up at Manly, and it'd be a great honour for the family, I'm sure, to have those marks named after Huey.
Well, Davo, Jeff told me yesterday that they've spoken to, I'm sure they've spoken to Dixie, Huey's wife, and Robbie's son, and they were very much obviously in favour of it. I think it'll be a wonderful legacy. And as you say, Dollar, wonderful guy, terrific bloke to sail with, but equally terrific on shore as well. Wicked sense of humour and just a pure gentleman. And it was a really sad day when we lost Hugh, but I think to leave that legacy that will be in perpetuity, I think it would just be wonderful. And I just cannot believe that wouldn't get accepted and we move forward and those boys are named after the Trahan brothers. And I think everyone associated with sailing would agree that should be done.
Absolutely, absolutely. And such a humble bloke. You know.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't want it. No, he'd be the last person to want it. But you're too late. You don't get to say, Hugh.
He'd say, I'll go and drop the tackle out there for you with your mum.
Yeah. Anyway, that's in the future, but I hope it's not in the too distant future. So I just thought I'd let everyone know what's in plan there for the Manly West and Manly East Yachting Australia boys up there. So we'll hear more of that as the days go by and the weeks go by, but let's all get behind it. If you have any push or say at yacht clubs, let's get it done. So anyway, we're back for race 2. We're still the 2-lapper. I've got the AP flag up, the postponement flag.
The postponement flag is up for the ship inbound.
Okay.
Reports from everyone on the harbour of what's going on.
There's a ship coming.
Oh, no, just... so... 2 minutes ago, ship just passed south end of Western Channel, so
not too far off.
Not too far. Very reliable sources around the harbour.
Usual suspects, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, well, there's Yandu, third in the first race today. Was in the lead a couple of times, but Balmain boys, they got the job certainly well done. And we're just on hold now for the second race while we're waiting this big tanker. Is it a tanker or cruise ship, Jimmy?
Yeah, tanker, Pete. Chemical tanker inbound for Gore Cove.
Okay, well...
Yandu boys just having a nice little relax there. Looking very chill.
Giving us a wave as they go by. Mika Lane back in the driver's seat. So where's the ship now, Jimmy? We can't see it. It hasn't popped round Bradley's yet, but whereabouts is it? You got it on?
Just off Clifton Gardens.
Okay, so we're probably another, 20 minutes away from signals, I would think.
Won't be far away.
Okay, what's he travelling at? What speed?
Current speed, 9.1 knots.
Oh, okay, right.
He's sending it.
Normally 10's about right for the turn at Bradley's. Is the
handbrake turn?
Is the rule of thumb.
Yeah. There he is. There it is on screen. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. Ferry just coming around the bow too, and that's looking back towards Camp Cove, inner South Head and outer North Head.
That's where I might have got the information from.
Oh, particular ferry captain.
Particular ferry captain.
Ah, would his nickname be the Cub, perhaps?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's why he's not here watching the Vycobi.
Well, he wouldn't want to watch the first race today. They didn't do too well. Well, I just said they didn't do too well. They didn't do too well. Now, here's the ship making its progress down the Western Channel. It's Bradley's Head, and she'll turn to starboard and then go up under the harbour bridge. Meanwhile, we're on postponement here, waiting for that ship to pass the starting area.
Breeze getting a bit soft here.
Yeah, oof. Yep.
Getting a bit later in the day, breeze is softening. Not really seeing those little puffs coming through, those sort of 10-knot gusts we were seeing earlier on. Coming through, it's definitely lighter than what we had in that race 1. And not likely to improve. Still got the bubbling clouds out to the west and the southwest, but no real sign of a thunderstorm just yet. So we should be able to get this second race done and dusted before we get any major changes.
We had a decent little storm, well, not storm, but rain dump early this morning in Sydney, that was for sure.
Sure was. So you can just see that sort of thunderstorm type cloud bubbling up in the west. Pretty hot, muggy day here in Sydney today. So good chance we could get a storm later on, but that'll be much later. We should be well and truly done by then. That's right. Probably hit us just as we've packed up the camera boat and heading for the car park, Jimmy.
As always.
Well, we'll wait. Come on, ship, hurry up.
I reckon give it another 4 or 5 minutes tops and we'll be into
We can go into
signals.
sequence.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's the ferry just off camera, just pop round Bradley's. There it is, bound for Circular Quay. So hello to Johnny Montgomery in New Zealand who's watching, and I hear he enjoyed the All Blacks performance against Wales. Oops, I can't talk about rugby, we talk about cricket. Australia, Travis Head, our new hero. So the ship will appear shortly, this ship that we're waiting to clear the race course and get up the harbour. There's the pilot vessel, just popped round. Boy, it's light again here, Dol. It's getting lighter, as we say.
Very holy. Yeah, some big holes in it. Right now, ticked around to the left a little bit as well.
It's good to see, obviously, race management's in contact with the ports to some degree to coordinate all this, and it doesn't take much to make a radio call just to hold off on a few things.
No.
Yeah. Everyone gets to keep continuing to use what is a commercial harbour.
And should stay that way, I might add. Just about to stick their head around Bradley's.
Yep. Tug's working hard, I'd say, at the stern anyway, to swing him round. But the water's very choppy here at the starting area where we are in Athelbite and off Taronga Park Zoo, and we're going to be a few minutes yet before we get underway, get this ship across the course. And it's what's the time here in Sydney? It's just about 10 to 4 local time, and this breeze is dying, and it's now about 5 or 6 knots. It'll be a get off that start line and get into some pressure. Oh, there it comes. Just poking around Bradley's now. There's Meg in the foreground, second in the first race.
Great effort from Ash Rookwood and the team.
Lazarus just going across camera there. They had all sorts of trouble and didn't finish the first race. Royal Oak there, having their best race this season. They finished in 5th spot.
Lazarus were one of the boats in the raft up at the top.
Yeah, I think they got...
I think they were.
Yeah, they got tangled up.
So that might have put pay to their race, which is why they pulled out. So I would think once this ship sort of gets parallel with us, we should probably go into at least get the AP down and go into a 5-minute sequence.
Yes, you'd think so.
He should be past us.
Yeah, well, they'll be doing, like that ship now is doing about 8-ish sort of knots, and yeah, 2 tugs there for its safety.
So if you've just joined us, if you've been out to lunch or whatever, or just waking up, whatever part of the world you're in, we're waiting the start of the second race today, which is the second heat of the state championship and the fifth heat of the club championship. The first race earlier today, about half an hour ago, was won very convincingly in the end by Balmain, continuing their outstanding form from last week with Henry Larkins, Charlie Wyatt and Lockie Pryor. Smeg was second with Ash Rooklin. Yandu with Mika Lane steering was third. Sixth was fourth. Royal Oak fifth. Rag and Famish, after leading with Sevi Jarvan steering, had a massive capsize. Hard to believe in these conditions, but that's what happened. Pitch pole, if you like. I don't know what happened.
We're not exactly sure how.
Somehow Spinnaker might have filled with water. We don't know. We'll get that later, I'm sure. Went back at the park. Kitchen Maker was seventh. Shaw and Partners also was well up early. Dropped back to eighth. Ballard Properties ninth. Killer Coffee 10. 11 was Club Marine. Vycobi 12th. Gotcha for Life 13. So that was the state of play. And we're just waiting for this ship to clear the course area, and he's almost there now. I think we could almost get signals away now. It's time they get another 5 or 6 minutes done. The ship will be well clear. Just waiting for some action on the committee boat.
Who do you reckon's the furthest away from the start line?
I would not even look in Club Marine.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? I mean,
Off Bradley's head.
they nearly missed the start in the first race, and then there was a general recall, so they were saved. Well, they just got there in time, but a bit wobbly. So
If it wasn't for the general recall.
yeah, they might have been real wobbly. Okay, we're looking at the flag to come down shortly. Okay, good. The AP's down. So we'll soon be underway. And it's light. It's, what do we got, Dole? 5, 7, 6, 7 knots.
5, 6 knots. And that ship's going to leave a decent hole in it too.
Till it fills up, yep.
So yeah, this one.
They've shortened up the top mark to a 0.9.
So they've
Only a 0.9 of a nautical mile for them.
I was going to say it looks about 0.9 from here.
You throw the stick for your guide dog goal.
You can't even see it, Dole. I don't know. It's 0.9.
It's not this one.
No.
That's the bottom mark.
That's the gate, which is about 50 metres from us. But anyway, we're panning around a bit further to the right, and the mark's up there somewhere. 0.9 of a mile from the start. 2 laps, 2 windwards, 2 leewards. 5 minutes to go.
There you go.
There it is, right up there.
There she is.
And super light at the starting area. So this is going to be a big test of skill and tactics. And you need to join a few dots in this race course. With Vycobi, 12th in the first race.
Which didn't reflect how they were going, but unfortunately they pushed their luck and tacked inside 2 boats in the top mark.
Absolutely tangled up. Yeah. Coming up to 4 minutes for the second race today.
Second place getter from race 1, Smeg, Ash Rooklin.
And as we say, we look at Club Marine, they're just way upwind and haven't got a spinnaker set. They're just coming down very slowly and very light air. There they are, somewhere up there.
Yeah, just put a little jibe in, unless they're pointing in the right direction.
Well, yeah. It doesn't give them time to set up on the line or have a look at it. I presume they've had a look before, but things change. I think they've quite empty harbour of yachts at the moment. I can't say the same for powerboats, but...
I was going to say, don't mention
No. I'm sure something will happen. That's the overhead. There we go.
Father of Sevi, good old Steve Mothi Jarvin, just coming past us in his rib. I'm keenly watching Junior sail today. I see we've also got David Witt and Dave Ewings, Team Scallywag, out watching young Ryan sail on the Rag and Famish. There's Mothi on screen.
Leaves tomorrow to go back to Aspen for some ski instructing. Back just before Christmas. Not going to Hobart this year. So we've got about just over 2 minutes. Club Marine's just going to make it. Just, I say that reservedly or advisedly, but light back at this starting area. You can see the skiffs just coming up slowly to the starting area with 2 minutes to go. Now, where we're going to start, Dole, it's look. It's about like pressure, isn't it? It's a pressure you want.
Yeah, it's looking like boat from where we are.
And tack quickly, I think, out in the middle.
I just need to just get to the pressure first. Is the simple answer.
Yeah, well, the right paid last time off the start, but we'll see what happens. And with 1:20 to go, Club Marine is still about 50 metres upwind of the starting line. Don't know what Emma's tactics are, but...
It's a dip start.
Now she's jibing back.
She's timed it well.
Well, yes. Okay,
Someone's got to talk to her about the tactics and how this works for her.
Well, 1 minute to go, and she's nowhere near the starting area. Anyway, we'll concentrate on those boats that are behind the starting line.
That's her to the left of the screen.
She's just coming back. And majority again up at the committee boat. Down at the bottom end is Fisher Paykel. Shore and Partners in the middle. Yandu's in the middle. Rag and Famish in the middle, trying to hammer down to the leeward end. 35 seconds to go.
Fisher Paykel are half a chance of pulling off a port hand.
Yes. And he looks okay down there, Brett Van Munster. Don't forget, he jumped the start last time and didn't go back. And there's Club Marine just jibing now with under 20 seconds to go.
And again, the gap opens at the boat for him.
Maybe it might be a perfect start.
Yeah, she's going to win the boat end.
Yeah, I told you.
Timing is impeccable.
Okay, we're underway. 4, 3. I think we're clean, are we? No, Fisher Paykel won't clear the fleet. Shore and Partners right at the pin. Well, Emma Rankin, well done. Who are us to criticise? Look at that. She got the committee, but that is good judgment. I don't know about good luck or good management, but whatever had happened, it was terrific. It is light, though. It is very light. Yandu's coming out on port. He's got a bit of ducking and deeping and weaving and thread the needle to do. Ballard Properties tacking with a big blue streak on the luff of the mainsail. There's Yandu, there's Club Marine, there's Balmain. Yandu's not going to cross them. Fisher Paykel, and then Sixth is down there, Smeg's down there. And right at the committee boat and tacked and get out to port very quickly is Rag and Famish and Ballard. And it's bumpy water there coming into and see them bouncing up and down. Not much wind. Oh, it looks light upwind too. Okay. Shore and Partners tacked, the dipping Sixth. Smeg going up on port. Balmain have done pretty well. And so's Club Marine.
What do we know? Emma Rankin leads. So, well done.
Well, everyone will have to start like that. Fantastic. But it is light. I counsel you, it is very light. It looks light where Emma's going. These boats on port are trying to get out in the middle of the harbour to get some more pressure. Oh, poor old Lazarus got dumped. He's barely off the starting line. But okay, Club Marine just tacking. Really under the influence of the Bradley's Head. Breeze east-southeast at probably 5 knots.
Most boats, one crew on trapeze. 1.5 on trapeze, very light.
Club Marine starting to move nicely, but slowly, but a bit quicker than the rest of the fleet, which is important.
You'll notice there that ship's not going anywhere in a hurry.
No.
There's too much ebb in the tide, so they've thrown out the tugs into operation there, and they're just holding it in position. So be probably for a little while yet.
Wow, it's a pressure game here, Dol. It's all about pressure. It is getting super light.
Super light. This breeze is shutting down. Be interesting to see what we get
if we get a full
the top.
If we get a full race in, but
yeah.
Club Marine at the moment has got the jump in the middle, and Ballard Properties is second. So the two girls going very well. Right up in the left-hand corner is sixth and Balmain. And the boats out in the middle are high on port.
Yeah, breeze currently around in the left. I dare say those left-hand advanced boats are probably going to get to what little pressure there is first.
Well, so now Emma Rankin, the Club Marine's got the bow up, but behind her, way on the left of screen, is Ballard Properties, along with Yandu.
Watch where you're going. Head screwed on. Driving a boat through an iPhone. Seen it all.
Now six, trying to get just the breezes coming around Bradley's, just starting to lift.
Yeah, they're on a nice little vein of pressure, lifting with pressure, 2 on wire.
Reasonably flat water where they're going, but I'm sure there'll be more waves to come. But out in the middle, the boats that went right early are now lifting on port.
Yeah, Beck Hancock.
Yeah, it's left hand.
Ballard Property looking very good over there.
Yeah, it's left hand at the moment. Yeah, it's between Club Marine and Ballard Properties. They're the two leaders.
Yandu looking good again, along with Rag and Famish. And in this left-hand side, we've got sixth and Balmain. There's Ballard with the blue stripe, just got very soft.
It's very light. And we're going up towards Shark Island. The windward leg's been shortened from race 1. We're down to 0.9 of a mile. 2 laps. And it's just a slow grind upwind. Remembering Club Marine with Emma Rankin as the fin port of last year that Keegan York sailed.
Certainly a boat with some form. And there's Beck Hancock and her team on Ballard. Looking down, you can see just pulling. Beck weighs pretty much nothing, and she's just on wire there. So they're very down pressure.
So the tack back will be interesting because everyone's up on port. So who gets the header first, which Ballard Properties look as though they've got a bit of a header. And down with them is Yandu and also Rag. Is it Rag and Famish just behind Yandu?
Rag just tacked.
That's Sevi Jarman at the helm today. Standing in for Ben Crawford. So they're going to cross Club Marine, but Ballard Properties leads. They're across Club Marine. There's Ballard Properties. There's the Rag and Famish. So Beck Hancock, Cam Walker and Ed Swain, they're the leading boat in this race 2 today. And there's a little bit more pressure coming out of Double Bay, I think, Dole. Just a little bit, maybe half a knot, but that's all they might need.
Yeah, probably getting towards a ley line to that top mark right now with it shortened up.
Yandu's tacked. He looks okay out of the tack, but it's light. Gee, it's light. Ballard Properties rocketing towards Clark Island. Probably not far off attack, but you can see one crew in, two on the wire. And looking around, I would think for attack.
Yeah, here they go now. Need a good one.
Oh, it's light.
Gently.
Yeah.
That mainsail popped. Get that mainsail popped, team.
Oh, there's no breeze. No apparent wind. They need some apparent breeze to get going here, and they're struggling. Yeah, there's not more breeze coming out of Double Bay, but they've got to get to it.
Yeah, just need a bit of right-hand pressure.
So there's the two girls, the cross here. So Beck is in front of Emma by not much. Emma just took the stern. That's Club Marine. And interestingly, that Yandu and off camera and Rag and Famish have gone up the middle and going the left-hand side of the track.
And in a bit more pressure,
they have.
They do need to find something to
get
back on. Finding something to come back on is the tricky part.
Rag leads nicely on Yandu, but as you say, the breeze is such up and down in speed. Well, not up and down in speed, it's just light. There's a gaggle of boats on Bradley's head. Who we got over there? We got
Keegan again.
Keegan Shaw and Partners in sixth, and
it's Emma Rankin's just tacked on to starboard.
There's Club Marine, and there's the pack that have gone to the Bradleys. Sixth, Shaw and Partners and Smeg. They're in there, but Yandu will cross them, and Rag and Famish has crossed them easily. We'll see at the front of the pack, the Rag is tacked and will cross Yandu. There's Yandu there, tacking now. Shifty, isn't it?
Yeah, it does look like for now that Rag and Famish has just picked up a nice little left-hand shift, so they waited for a header, they've tacked on that. Right now they're looking pretty good.
So they're not far off the weather mark. It's really halfway between Shark Island and Bradley's. So it's a relatively short beat. But in this wind, it takes a while, a lot of shifts. Oh.
Another tsunami maker coming through the middle of the course.
Just unbelievable.
Makes it difficult, especially in this light air.
Well, look at this complete fool. They're just ploughing through the fleet. No respect at all. Anyway, don't get me started. It's early in the season, but anyway, Rag is tacked away from those waves, and they're only about less than 100 metres from the weather mark. It's a very short beat in distance. In time, it's a long time because it's so light. Now, we'll have to see where everyone is around this weather mark. It's hard to know where everyone's got to here, but we know that Rag and Famish, I think, will lead.
Yeah, a number of boats have overstood this top mark on starboard tack.
And on board as well.
Yeah, there's someone way up. Is that Club?
That's
Sixth. Boy, oh boy. Okay, anyway, we'll concentrate on the leader. They're laying the mark, and boats come in with sprung sheets big time. Ballard Properties will be second, Yandu third, Rag in squeeze mode at the mark. Oh, they're under it at the moment. You just bear away and get a bit of speed up and then push push her up and get around. You can hit the mark. Don't worry about that. Can't tow it with you. Okay, they're around. Nice job. Sevi Jarvan. No. Ballard Properties second. Oh, it's light. Jibing early. Ballard jibing also. Then Yandu will be third. Oh, this boat's just almost stopped. It's so light. Okay, Mika Lane has Yandu around in third. Club Marine is fourth. Well done. Oh, look at these boats that almost stopped as they've gone around. Now, Yandu's seen what's happening. They've jibed away again. They jibed once, jibing again. Club Marine following Rag and Famish into a no breeze area. Look at that, doll. Look at poor old Ballard.
Just getting sucked in.
And they got a starboard tacker.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Yeah, Ballard's got a bit on here. That's Balmain. Is that Balmain? Who's that coming in? Smeg.
Then Shore & Partners and Balmain.
Okay, then coming in from the left-hand side, right as we look at it, is sixth. So Yandu jibe, then jibe back. So they're running away on starboard. Smeg's going to do the same. They're sixth around, just inside Shore & Partners. And then Balmain and a big overlay out on the right. They're next. Okay, so Shore & Partners jibes, six doesn't. Balmain jibes inside of Shore & Partners. This, well, this is a big split. Yandu's got nothing out on the right looking downwind, while meanwhile Ballard, who looked ugly early, have got real good pressure out of Double Bay. They've taken a big jump, you'd think. Anyway, next around is the Royal Oak.
It's been a real lottery.
Then Fisher Paykel, then the Kitchen Maker, then Lazarus, then Killer Coffee after them. Where's Vycobi? We've seen them. Vycobi leads that little group around, made up of Fisher Paykel, Lazarus, and who's this boat here? This is.
We're just going past Vycobi.
Oh, that's Vycobi there. Okay.
Yep, and just down on Clark Island is Red Hill Estate.
Okay, well, it's all about your jibing angles and pressure. We're running away with Ballard Properties and Rag and Famish out on port jibe. And then deep is Yandu and sixth, who ran away on starboard jibe before coming back. But concentrate on these two. These are probably the two leaders, with Club Marine close by in third spot. But it's tight, doll, isn't it? It's just one puff's going to win this or get up to the front.
Just depends where it fills in from. You know, I don't mind where Yandu is right now, but it just depends if they can find some breeze to get some more depth down. One interesting point at that top mark, the boats who jibe set, which was most of the boats, only 3 boats jibed their mainsails in the jibe, and that was Yandu, Shore & Partners and Balmain. Everyone else, their mains were still inverted, and they hoisted their spinnakers and they just parked.
Yeah.
You know, really important to get that mainsail jibed with the inertia of the jibe.
There's a close cross between Yandu and Smeg. Yandu's got a, oh no, okay, he's across. Sixth is right behind them. Oh boy, this is light down here now, Dole, back at the starting area. Just down to the gate for the first time, and then a windward leeward after that to finish off. But a bit of a jump here by off camera at the sorry, it's there. The Rag and Famish, Sevi Jarvan, he's jibed in a nice little stream of wind. Ballard Properties got dumped there.
Yeah, I think Sevi did a bit of his old match racing skills on back there, so Rag and Famish on the Ballard Property.
Just picked up a nice little bit of pressure.
Yeah, they've jumped Smeg, sixth, and Yandu, this group, big time. So this is the leading bunch. Rag and Famish, Ballard and Club Marine. About halfway down this run in light airs on the harbour.
But the breeze can just as easily lift off for those guys, and then the others can come back into it.
That's Ballard with the blue chute. There's Rag. You can see that clearly on the spinnaker. And that's Club Marine above him with the white spinnaker. There's Yandu with the red and blue oval on the spinnaker. You can see they've dropped them off, and there's Ballard Properties.
Down here in Athol Bight, the breeze has really lifted off. Still pretty hot here, and that breeze has just evaporated. Very, very soft. It's Ballard Property. Beck and the team. They just lost a little bit in that last exchange, but they're still hanging in there.
So this is the end of the first lap. They've got one more lap to go. And it's light, as you can see, very light air.
Just hope this breeze hangs in just enough to get this second lap done. It's down the bottom end of the course here. It's very, very light.
Gee, when we see go round this leeward mark, they really dropped Yandu off. Yandu got punished by going out to the right after they rounded the mark, the leeward mark, the windward mark, and went out on starboard jibe and really ran into a no pressure area. But anyway, here's Ballard. Nice little bit of pressure. That's what they're looking at. The leader, Rag and Famish. And Club Marine rolling down on top of them here, trying to get the bow down.
So the two lady skippers in second and third. Yeah. Fantastic effort.
Challenging the most celebrated JJ winner of all time in Sevi Jarvan. So Sevi's under pressure here. Just light here. We're just down at the gate. These boats are about 50 metres from it. It is super light. Although the Rag's bringing down a little bit of pressure. Going bow up a little on the Rag. Now the tactic is, what do they do here, Dole?
Jibe drop up.
Jibe.
Oh no, straight drop. Straight drop, right turn.
Yeah, and they've got a little bit of pressure rolling down just as they get here, which is nice. Club Marine doing the same manoeuvre. Ballard Properties trying to do the same manoeuvre with the blue spinnaker. Can't get the tack line off for some reason.
So blow the tack line.
Yeah, there we go.
Big assistant.
Oh, Rag's gone around the right-hand mark, but tacked immediately to get out into the middle of the harbour. Ballard Properties had trouble dropping their spinnaker. Okay. So it's the Rag with Sevi Jarvan leading Club Marine, Emma Rankin, and then third around going the left-hand mark is Ballard Properties, Beck Hancock. Oh, Ballard haven't got their buttons across now. They do, and really low area. Yeah, they've got to get up and get some apparent breeze going. Oh. She's tacking. What are they doing, Ballard? What are they doing, Dol? Are they infringe or are they doing a penalty turn?
Looks like they are for some reason. I didn't see it.
No, it must have happened on the beat. Okay, well, Balmain, okay, he's come out of the pack. Balmain, the winner of the first race today. He'd be third now. Yandu's struggling to get around the left-hand mark. Shaw and Partners, Keegan York next, going right-hand mark. So, where's the breeze, Dol? In the left a little, I think. Oh, it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't know which way to go. I don't know where you go. There's
trying to
sure.
hide from the tide a little bit if you can.
Shore and Partners going round the right-hand mark and going straight out into attack and then out in the middle.
The orange kite there you can see is 6. The white one is Smeg. The green one behind them, the Royal Oak.
Well, this is the final beat. It's a relatively short windward work in distance, as I said, but not in time because it's so light. Comes 6th jibing. Smeg got lost a bit there.
Oh, held out by 6 there. So
yeah.
6 took them right out to the line.
I think,
they thought was the line.
Well, I think Smeg was one of those that went out to the right on starboard and downwind leg and got absolutely hammered.
Yeah, these two worked right into Bradley's downwind.
With Shore and Partners, but Shore and Partners have recovered a little bit.
They bailed a lot earlier than these two. I was keeping an eye on it, hoping for a miracle out of the northern side of it all.
So there's the rag, sort of in the middle of the harbour now. Down height, down pressure.
Down everything, isn't it?
Yeah, really tricky now. And we're passing yachts who are in the same position as they were about when we passed them 10 minutes ago. They haven't gone anywhere. The 18s with the extra sail area and lightweight managed to zephyr their way along. Rag there, Club Marine.
Yeah, on his
Not too far away.
Out on his hip. In real contact here. There's Shore and Partners on. Some friendly waves, not.
So as you can see, one on trapeze, just going through some nasty waves.
There's a lot of nasty waves here on the race course, yep. Club Marine smoking along here. Really good setup.
Yeah, 2 on wire, all 3 out on the wing. Doing quite well. A few favourable waves coming up behind them too that they'll be able to get a couple of surfs on.
Yeah, they've climbed out on the rag. Just taking a little bit of a header there, still with reasonable pressure. Just jumping 3 on the wire now. That's what Emma's looking at, around the bow. She can see Sevi Jarvan on the rag and famish. And she's in good shape. In real good shape.
Here they are, fairly light. So they can really make the most of this lighter conditions.
We saw some boats that went right out into the right last time. They overcooked the windward mark, but if they get a bit of a right-hander, they're not far off a lay. But now the rag's starting to climb up on the Club Marine, maybe just getting a little header, and Club Marine sucking down into the rag. The rag now tacking. What's Emma going to do here? Going to take a stern. Is she up? Okay.
Pretty close.
Couldn't get much closer than that. It's a race to the weather mark and then a race to the finish. Rag and Famish leads narrowly. Third will be Ballard Properties. Balmain coming into the picture. And Yandu.
just been sitting off Balmain, Pete, and those waves that we're talking about. Never seen three guys working so well on the waves.
Yeah, well,
they were surfing well.
Yeah.
So up ahead, Rag didn't like what they saw when they tacked. They've tacked again, and looks as though they tacked into no wind there, Dol.
Tacks are expensive.
Yeah, and
that will mean that Emma in Club Marine will be tacking back onto starboard. She'll have the advantage.
Well, she's a big advantage there. She just took
across their bow.
Yeah, easy. That was
interesting tactic.
Well, the Rag tried to get out into the middle, but got absolutely hammered. And Club Marine's got a lovely lift along the shore of Clark Island. She probably wants a header to get back on, but it's pressure. And you'd say that she's not far off a ley line here. If the breeze goes right at all, she'll be getting the jockey pole out to come in. It's a long way out. And Ballard Properties scooting along behind her as well. Rag's going to tack now again. Okay, here's the four, but in play also is Balmain. Probably just a little bit behind Yandu in fourth spot.
Club Marine going now.
Okay, Club Marine tacked. It tacks expensive. Yandu tacks. There's Balmain. Could cross or be close to Yandu. There's the cross we're looking at here, Balmain and Yandu. Yandu starboard tack rights, but is Balmain across? No. Yes, he is. Yep, nice cross to Balmain. Just. Now, where's that mark? Yeah, at the moment we're looking at the top of screen, Club Marine. There they are. And I would say another half a knot of pressure. Oh, they're just under lay, but half a knot of pressure and a little right-hander. They'll lay this mark. It's a long way off in these conditions, though.
Yeah, anything can change, but
yeah,
I reckon Emma's liking that new boat. Seems to be favourable to her. A little bit of a header now, but a little bit of breeze I can see filling in from the right now. Should get to them soon. Super tough here. They've really put some distance on the Rag and Famish.
Yes, massive. Yeah, they're just starting to get some good pressure. And we keep saying pressure because that's what it's all about. If you've got pressure, you'll be in great shape, and that's what they are. Emma, Aaron Everett and Brandon Bank. No, they're well under a lay at the moment.
It's been a few, I reckon 3 years, Pete, since Aaron's been on an 18.
Yeah, been a while, I'd say.
But so far, Club Marine have done one tack since the bottom mark. Manoeuvres are expensive. Smart tactic from Emma.
So they're about 80 metres from the weather mark and not, well, probably not laying. Certainly Rag is not laying, Yandu are not. Just a little tickle of right-hander and a bit of breeze that Club Marine could lay, but it looks light here. Geez, it looks light here, Dole, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look at Rag just bumping up and down with hardly any breeze. This is really coming into play for Club Marine. This lightweight crew, they are smoking along.
They really need a really nice clean set with the main popped.
Bear away
so
or jibe set? What do you do here? It's hard to know, isn't it? I suppose a jibe set,
yeah,
I
think. I think it's a jibe set. But as I say, that some of them really want to watch back what they're doing on the video later and just assess how they're doing.
Yeah, they're laying. Club Marine are laying. And
so once again, she's done one manoeuvre and she'll go around the mark here. Rag are going to have to do another two tacks.
Two tacks.
And that's added on to, I think they've done at least 4 tacks.
Doing one more in the background to see how light it is for Rag. Rag will just cross Yandu, but Club Marine leads on their way home. Emma Rankin Spinnaker run to go and into the jibe. Battens through, yep. They worked at that, yep, they popped them.
Must have been listening.
Oh, boy, it is so light here. So Club Marine is around, Spinnaker is set, and the rag is trying to get up to the mark in excruciatingly light air. No one anywhere near the wire, just Sevy standing up, having a look around. They're going to get there, but just and then rumbling down on the outside is Ballard Properties. Where did Balmain go out of all that?
They're just a bit further to the left from our view here.
Oh, okay, so he'll be... Okay, the rag is around, jibed. Ballard Properties around. Not jibed yet, they've got to keep clear of Yandu. Yandu just going behind Rag and Famish. So Ballard set and then, oh, the jibing. Okay.
Bit costly.
Yeah, Yandu, no speed. Here comes Balmain with a little bit of speed and a little bit of waves, but Emma Rankin and Club Marine is leading clearly. Now the race is on to the finish. Oh, Balmain, no wind. Oh, look at this, doll. It's just collapsed here, hasn't it?
It's painful.
Yeah.
Painful to watch some of this.
Hasn't popped his battens yet either, Balmain. Still hasn't popped them. So next after that will be Shaw and Partners.
Sevy Jarvin just picked up a tiny little bit of breeze. They're all sitting in and they're trying to soak down for depth. So VMG running.
Up ahead, Emma Rankin's got pressure. Bow down and 2.5 strings perhaps, or 2 strings. It's opened up a nice lead. She's got the bow down, trying to roll down across Rag and Famish. There they are. There's the naval boy just to leeward of them. And it is super light though. It's a commanding lead, but it can evaporate very quickly in these conditions.
They're looking very light where Club Marine's heading now. Down to 1 on wire. I think they might be contemplating, that Emma's back out. They might have been contemplating a jibe.
They're continuing on.
I think once again, maybe keeping those manoeuvres down to a minimum.
Yeah, there's Ballard Properties sneaking down the inside of Rag and Famish.
Once again, Rag choosing the VMG soak. They've got a crewman right up forward in front of the mast. Trying to get that bow down and get the stern out and get as much depth as they can. Pretty smart stuff.
She's brave, Emma. She's really taking this fight to the rest of the fleet. She's not far off a jibe, but now she gets some pressure. It's all about the pressure.
It's all about the pressure to jibe back on right now. They really need something to jibe back on. There's a little puff.
There's a good one there, but it's ahead of it. Yeah, she's got a good pressure.
At the moment we've got Ballard and the Rag. Now the Rag has gone very soft as well.
Yep.
Bow up.
Well, the good news for the Club Marine supporters is she's opened up a good lead. Not far off a jibe. Yandu's rolled over the top of Ballard. But way ahead is Club Marine. Not far off a jibe to come into the finish, really. There they are. You can see the distance they've opened up. And then a really good puff. She wants the puff, but got to pick the time to jibe.
Here they go. Make it a good one.
Come on, Brandon, get your work done. That's it. That's not bad. It's good. And the trailing pack are all, the good news for Emma is they're all bow up. So advantage clearly to Club Marine now.
Rag and Famish on a good little vein of pressure now as well.
But I really don't think they're close enough to attack Emma here. It's just
this light air, there's still a long way to go.
Yeah. She's holding nerve. She should be okay, but oh, it doesn't look good at the moment. I'll keep quiet. Emma's bow up. Sevi Jarvan on the charge, on the Rag and Famish. Yeah, it's game on still. Oh, yes, Emma's very light out in the middle, but that's what Rag's got to get to. Rag's jibing now.
Emma's just gone down.
Oh, yeah.
Just almost getting the shot there. There you go.
Oh, I spoke too soon. I think Rag's really taking the challenge to her now. Thought she had enough in the bag, but not at the moment. Rag's running her down big time. Balmain have got themselves into third spot.
Ferry's not going to help.
Ferry not going to help indeed. So Balmain third on the charge as well behind the Rag. Yandu 4, Ballard Properties 5. Gets lighter as they get out in the middle, but it's Balmain who won the first race today. They've got themselves to, oh, look at Emma, Rag and Club Marine. Oh, what's she going to do? They've run out of it.
That was the Ferry just sucked
the Rag and Famish.
Now the Rag are in that same void from the Ferry.
But up the exhaust pipe of Rag is Balmain with the orange spinnaker. And Yandu to windward of of Balmain. Blue spinnaker belongs to Ballard, and the white spinnaker still running down is Shaw and Partners. Oh, Club Marine have now got to puff and bow down, but advantage back to Rag and Famish. But Club Marine have got a
little bit of pressure now.
Just a bit of pressure.
Let that spinnaker breathe.
Are they laying the finish? Probably not. Well, there's still a lot to play out.
They'll go bow up again before they get there.
Yeah. Okay, Club Marine's got rolling again. But Sevi Jarvan in the Rag is right up the exhaust pipe. Don't throw away your tickets yet. Coming from the clouds off camera, there he is, Shaw and Partners, Keegan York. He's
having a big roll.
He left his job the latest, but really
here he goes. He's well down the leeward. But what we can say is Club Marine have just managed to eke a little bit of pressure out of the right
and get the bow down. Yeah, they'll be just we're about 200 metres from the finishing line. Club Marine leads, Rag second. Balmain and Yandu duking it out for third. But Emma Rankin trying to do what Tash Bryant did a few weeks ago when Tash became the first woman skipper to win a club championship heat. Will Emma Rankin, a couple of weeks later, become the second girl? At the moment, things are looking promising.
I wasn't going to say anything until we got there, Shipper.
Well, look how light it is back at the finishing line. Well,
I was aware that she'd be the first female winner of a state heat, but I didn't want to say anything until we get there. But they're looking good.
It's light ahead though, Dole. They're about 150 metres from the finishing line. At the moment, at that angle, they're laying down. There's a tail end of Charlie going around the mark. The first time, 18-footer bar and restaurant. Anyway, there's Emma now, looking good. She's got almost 3 strings. Yeah, good shape. Really good shape. Terrific performance, this. First time out in this boat for this crew. They've been working hard to get the boat set up. Well, they've set it up perfectly today. Brandon Byank and Aaron Everett. They're about 50 metres from home, and she's going to do it. It's getting lighter, though. It's getting lighter. Come on, Emma, you can do it. Yeah, it's slowly here, but charging down behind them is the Rag, but there's not going to be enough runway, I don't think. See how light it is, just one on the wire or half on the wire.
What a super result.
Here it is. Club Marine takes it. Well done, well done, well done indeed. Fantastic performance. Creates a bit more history.
Absolutely.
Second girl to win a club championship heat. The Rags, second, Sevi Jarvan, and the first race winner, Balmain, third. A Club Marine first, Rag, Balmain, Yandu fourth. Good day out for Mika Lane, and a comeback race for him. Then Beck Hancock. Very, very good effort as well. So she is fifth. And here come the trailing pack now. Who we got there? Who's that black spinnaker? Is that Lazarus?
That's Lazarus.
Lazarus.
With a black spinnaker.
And coming barrel in from Leeward is Keegan York, Shaw and Partners on a tight lay. Very tight lay. So Shaw and Partners will be 6. Lazarus, after not finishing in the first heat today, will be 7th. Shaw and Partners 6. Lazarus 7. 6th is 8th. Then Smeg. It was that sort of day that results could really get turned around, but boy, Club Marine, fantastic performance in the first time out in the new boat. Lazarus across now. Then 6th, Ash Rooklin, who was second in the first race. He's across in 9th position. Then, is that Killer Coffee next?
Yeah, Coffee, another good one from them.
Yeah, 2/10. They'll be happy with that. Best performance of the season so far.
It looks like a battle between the Kitchen Maker and Fisher Paykel.
Yeah. Kitchen Maker will probably put him at 11. Fisher and Paykel. Then following that, Vycobi. And then up to win with the Royal Oak.
Royal Oak is probably
he might in front of Vycobi. Yeah, at the moment he is. There's the Royal Oak. Okay, well, the fleet are fairly close. There's
Gotcha for life.
Gotcha for life. Well, good on them. They close enough. Oh, what's happening here? The Kitchen Makers. What's happened to them?
Darren sold them the sponsorship could be over
if they don't let him leave them.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Fisher and Paykel sponsored. Darren is sailing on the Kitchen Maker. Darren McKavanagh. They say Kitchen Maker across 11. Fisher Paykel 12. Yes, Royal Oak will be 13. Then Vycobi, not their day. And then 15 will be Gotcha for Life. Well, a bit more history is made with Emma Rankin winning the heat, the second heat today, second race today, which was the 5th heat of the club championship and the 2nd heat of the state championship. So once again, another milestone for that crew in a very, very light, tricky, fluky conditions. So Club Marine first, Rag and Famish, Sevi Jarvan second, Balmain, boat of the day with a 1st and a 3rd, Henry Larkins. And then 4th was Yandu, and then Ballard Properties, an outstanding effort by them also, Beck Hancock. So Dole will wind her up, I think, and give us your quick thoughts on a very tough day, tricky day.
Well, tough, tricky day. I think we'll see Balmain lead on the point score leaderboard for the state championship, which is, I think they've been showing good form, but, you know, for a boat of the day, I'll give that to Emma and the team on Club Marine today. Once, as you say, mate, history made again. We're all aware of what an accomplished young sailor Emma is, and what a day for her. I'm sure the celebrations will go long into the night.
Well, she's being mentored by Michael Spee, so it might go well into tomorrow as well, if that's the case. But anyway, full marks to them, a terrific effort. So, look, we'll wrap it up here on a very, very quiet day on the harbour as we just watched the poor old Gotcha for Life team trying to get across the line. But they've had a better day, and they're probably 40 metres away from the finish. So, on behalf of all the Sail Media team, I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Tough conditions in the light air, tricky conditions, but at the end of the day, the cream rises to the top, I guess. So, Balmain winning the first race, Club Marine the second race. We'll be back next week. We've got, I think, a club. What do we got next week? We've got a Club Championship Race 6 for the Alice Burton Memorial Trophy. So we look forward to your company then. So on behalf of the team, the Sail Media team, and Jimmy Bury and Dolly Devolder, I'm Peter Shipway. We look forward to seeing you on the Sydney Harbour next Sunday. Good afternoon all.